base are belong to us.
You're listening to Gamers Digest, a podcast where your hosts put the controllers down just long enough to talk about gaming news, rumors, and anything else they can think of. Here are your hosts, Spider-One and Mr. Factastic.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year.
Well, we haven't done this in a few weeks.
Yeah, I feel a little rusty.
Yeah, a little bit. But we are Gamers Digest. This is the year of Gamers Digest, so I hope you're checking out the first episode of the year.
52 weeks.
You know, when this year's over, if we do an episode every week, we will be on episode 55. Wow. 85. 85.
Yeah, 85, yeah.
Math.
Yeah,
it's hard.
Yeah, math. Maybe for you. Well, for me, too. Because I was born in...
Excuse me?
I was born in Germany.
Look, neither one of us are Asian.
3 years ago.
So we can't play StarCraft and we can't do math.
Nah, I'm not good at StarCraft.
But we can play other games.
Yeah.
Lots of other games. You didn't write down any notes, so I'm curious. What did you play?
I played Tomb Raider Anniversary.
Over the break. You can do
over
the whole break.
Over the break. I mean, it was a long game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wish I played Tomb Raider Anniversary first because it was the worst out of the new era of the Tomb Raider games. And yeah, it did kind of suck for me to play that game last. Yeah, I went from Legend to Underworld to Anniversary. It was cool to play the original story again, but it was just a long, drawn out game. It kind of made me a little bit dizzy, but I pushed through. And that final boss took like 40 minutes.
I know. We heard the same music for pretty much the entire movie of Looper.
Yeah, it was hard. It was hard, but then all I had to do was just change my tactic. And then I killed it in like 5 minutes. I was pissed.
Why didn't you do that from the beginning?
Because I thought I was doing the right thing. I thought I was doing the logical thing. So.
But we'll be able to see that, right?
Yes, pretty soon. Yeah, I'm gonna now that I'm finally done with those, I forgot to upload my videos today.
That's
but
okay.
yeah, but it'll be coming out there on my Let's Play series.
So you got to finish the other Tomb Raiders first. You're basically just going in the order you played them, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm done now.
So what's the next Let's Play? What do you got on the
What am I going to jump
books?
onto next? I don't know yet.
Resident Evil 6?
I'm going to be getting that soon in the mail, so maybe. Yeah, that's my next rental.
Minecraft, maybe?
Minecraft? I forgot to get that.
Yeah, you got to pick that up.
Yeah.
So we can start building our...
Payday on Friday.
Virtual castle.
Mm-hmm. What would we call our world?
That's a good question. We'll think of something catchy.
Yeah. Oh, I'm also sporting my Ravens colors because we're still in the playoffs, and I might not be able to wear this jersey with pride next taping.
You can still wear it with pride. You made it pretty far.
You got a point there.
I am wearing my my Forward sweatshirt because my team did not make it into the playoffs. And football is a stupid sport, so I'm going to stick to World of Warcraft. That I can actually control, but I'm still very bad at that as well. Mm-hmm. So anything other than Tomb Raider?
I mentioned that I've been writing for clickclack.com, right? Yeah, I've been
way back when we did our last show. A month ago.
It feels like a long time ago. Right now I'm at the point where my I guess the guy who I kind of report to, he wants a list of all the different publishers so they can start putting the feelers out to get me like some review copies of some games and stuff. So
that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, really. Yeah. So yeah, I'm still waiting on my Star Trek the video game copy. I'm waiting for that. That's going to be a couple months. So, but I'm looking forward to it.
I imagine depending on when you get it, you might be actually NDA'd on it. You might have an agreement that says you might not be able to put anything out on it.
That's true. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. I won't. Yeah, they do the same thing for what is it? Movie releases. Oh, I forgot there was a movie I was supposed to see tonight that I didn't go.
Well, which one?
Oh, it's tomorrow night. I keep thinking today's Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. I think it's Zero Dark 30.
That's pretty good.
I heard it was good. So
we still have to see Django.
Yeah.
Well, I played a lot of Assassin's Creed 3. That'll be my review today. You're doing a preview today, right?
I'm doing a preview for Cabela's. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, Cabela's.
Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2013. I mean, I just played through the demo and I was like, let me just talk about this game because it was crazy.
It's different than what we normally deal with. So
Yeah.
yeah, I did a lot of Assassin's Creed, World of Warcraft. We're still rating. We are in the top 10 on our server. We will probably try to break into the top 5 tonight
Mm.
if everything goes well. The boss that we were stuck on, that super duper hard bastard.
The one that you told me about, the one that has that time limit that you can't.
Right, the one that everybody gets stuck on. He was made a little bit easier this week.
Mm.
We just haven't tried it yet this week. So we're
Okay.
hoping with that he is easy enough that we can beat him. But we're still looking at like the numbers, and nobody's still really beating him. Like
Now you said you got him down to like 30% health or something like that.
we've made it into basically he has 3 main phases, and the third phase starts when he's at 50,
Mhm.
and when he's at 50, it's just a very easy kill or be killed phase. Like there's just so much stuff going on that it's that's about as bare bones as it can get in World of Warcraft. It's kill him before he kills you. So you got a huge damage requirement, and we actually got him down to, I think the lowest we got him down to was like 22, but we just didn't have the damage to down him. So we're thinking maybe now that he's a little easier, we can get him. But
So now that the developers like kind of nerf him a little bit because
they do time to time. Like Blizzard keeps a good eye on it. In this expansion, they're actually been very hands off. Like normally in the past expansions, they nerf stuff a lot faster than what they currently have. But this one they kind of waited on, and they finally decided. They said, all right, look, we've got all these guilds out there, and there's websites that track it, and it's like the first boss, 30,000 guilds have killed. I'm just throwing a number out there, but I think it's like 30,000 guilds have killed. And then the boss we're on is actually the 5th boss, and the 5th boss, only 4,000 guilds have killed.
So there's a huge drop off.
Right. And I mean, it's incremental. Like the second boss is only,
Mhm.
27 and stuff. But it's like people who have killed the first 4 is like 15,000, and people who have killed the first 5 is like 5,000. So normally when they see stuff like that, they're like, okay, maybe we should look at that boss.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we're gonna give him a shot. And if we get him down, we'll be in the top 5 for our server,
That's pretty cool.
and we'll be like 10,000th overall in the world. So, but other than that, I did play Minecraft. They pushed out a new update for Xbox, added a bunch of stuff that I probably won't see for a long time, but it encouraged me to get back and dig around a little bit. I also started the Family Guy game I got for Christmas.
How was that?
It's good. I want to play it some more. To do like a full review on it eventually, but for now, I'll leave it as I'm a Family Guy fan, so it's pretty good for a fan.
Yeah, it looked like it from what I saw, like peeking.
I actually want you to play with me because it has drop in and drop out two-player.
Okay, cool.
So I want to see how that is before I review it. Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition, that was a free game for PlayStation Plus, so I downloaded that, tried that a little bit. Not too much, just kind of dabbled in it. I'm very rusty at Street Fighter. And then Dawn of War, it was the free game, or one of the games in that bundle I bought. So I fired that up and played a couple of matches, and I'm horrible
Well, there's
at that.
one thing I did forget to mention. Later this week, I have an interview for it's an internship at this Baltimore-based game company. They do interactive games like iOS and like Android games. So
Mhm.
you know,
mobile.
yeah, it's for a graphics job.
Oh,
So but it's just an internship, but
that's where you start, though.
that's where you start. Yeah. So
Paid or unpaid?
it's unpaid, but what I get is like iPads and stuff like that. Like I can get stuff like that.
Paid,
tablets.
paid through technology.
Paid through technology. Yeah.
Stuff that you and I would probably buy anyway.
Yeah, exactly. So pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, I forgot to mention that.
That is pretty neat. I tell everybody that knows us and everybody that watches the show should know this. You do all our graphics, so you should be doing this for a living. 'cause
Yeah, that would be
I
cool.
pay horribly. What do you get, like Subway once a month or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, more than that.
But I conned Nikki into working for us, so she is now an official part of the team.
Nice.
So she doesn't have a title yet, but she's gonna be like marketing. She's much better at that than me because I'm a nerd, so I don't really relate to people. But I wanted to do a show for people, so think about that.
Yeah.
There was a lot of news over the past couple weeks, more than we could fit in one show, and I debated whether doing discussions and reviews or just doing a whole news show. But news kind of gets boring,
Yeah,
when we
it
get
does.
towards the end, and most of the stuff people should know.
Yeah, most of it, they know by now.
So I picked like the discussion starters and some of the really, really big news, like we got a couple of Sony news, which I'll just clump them together. Like Sony's launching its own multi-channel TV service, which is going to be like Hulu.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Mhm.
And they also filed a patent that blocks the secondhand games.
Yeah,
we talked about this.
Yeah, that's I when I read that story, I was like, wow, that's I felt like hit below the belt a little bit.
Yeah, because think about it. There goes GameFly.
Mhm.
There goes GameStop.
Yep. So what if we buy a Raccoon City?
You're stuck with Raccoon City.
If we were stuck with if I was stuck with Raccoon City, I would take it to that drive so the disc can be destroyed.
Yeah, well, that's the other news story. Why don't you share that one?
Okay, what's the name of the place? It's Southington. Southington, Connecticut was offering $25 gift certificates for other means of entertainment.
Right.
If you took a violent video game there, I think it's going to be on the 12th, so it hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But if you take a violent video game and turn it in, they'll snap the disc and throw it in the garbage to be destroyed in an incinerator, like how they do with guns.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, they had a statement in there. This has nothing to do, or this movement or whatever was inspired by the Sandy Hook shooting.
Right.
And they had a statement that said that they weren't really pointing at video games as the cause, but they did think it desensitized people, and they're just trying to create like a gun destroying drive or whatever. And they do these, and they collect thousands and thousands of guns that get destroyed, but
a couple rocket launchers.
And a couple rocket launchers, yeah. So yeah.
Like our local
because those
Red
people
Rock.
played Far Cry.
Right.
Yeah,
They had to hunt some dogs, and they needed a military-grade rocket launcher.
Yeah, that's why they had it. But yeah, that one just it kind of rubbed me the wrong way when I read it, because I feel like parenting is such a big deal with video games and violence, and I don't know about you, but I don't think video games really desensitized me.
Mm-mm.
No, like when I found out the news on December 14th, Sandy Hook shooting. I was like, I didn't want to talk about it.
Right.
I didn't talk to anybody about it. I'm glad I didn't talk to you guys about it until maybe the next day or the day after.
Yeah, we all kind of have waited around.
Yeah,
for it.
it's like because we're sensitive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go on my rant with that.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I actually since I've read this story, I've been thinking of ways, because I'm more of the scientific type where I want to come up with a way to disprove it, like the video games and the link, and I can't think of a way that would refute it well enough that people would accept it. But I'm still racking my brain, because I think it's like movies. I think movies, people always link video games that it's more interactive, but as a gamer, I don't think of them that way. I think of them as entertainment. I don't think of me shooting that guy. Sure, I'll say, hey, yeah, I killed this guy with the sledgehammer.
And then I teabagged him.
And then I teabagged him. But, that's just how we say it. I don't say, yeah, me controlling Master Chief with the, So you got to remove yourself. And as an expecting parent, that's weird that I can say that.
Yeah.
It's...
Did you break the news yet?
I don't think I did on this. I just did on the show. There's going to be a little gamer. Hopefully not, for my wife's sake. But yeah, as an expecting parent, it falls on us. Like, would I let my 14-year-old son play Manhunt, one of the most notoriously graphic? No. 16 maybe. 14, no. He's still too young.
Yeah.
It falls on the parents to do that, and they're going to see it at their friend's house. They're going to do. There's only so much you can control.
Yeah.
But as long as you set that boundary, and this is just the way I think, and I could be completely wrong.
Mhm.
As long as you set that boundary, in this is a game, this is real life.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like, I'm gonna go back to like my own personal experience. I used to work for State Highway Administration,
Yep.
and we used to cut grass on the side of the road. And one time, I was just cutting grass with a little weed whacker, and a little mole went out and got clipped by my weed whacker. And then I just saw it there, and it was like bleeding and dying. I was like, I felt bad.
Yeah.
I felt really bad.
Doesn't look like that when Sonic hits something, does it?
But yeah, it was sad. I was like, wow.
Yeah, I don't know why we're laughing.
Yeah, because that mole died.
Poor mole.
Yeah, and a couple more did.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
something
a
else.
killer.
Something else that died is the
THQ?
Yeah, well, sure, we'll go to THQ. THQ is dead.
Yeah.
We kind of did a lot of stories
Yeah, we
leading
did a
up
lot
to
of
it.
THQ stuff.
They basically went into bankruptcy over our break.
Mhm.
Actually, the day after we did our last show, they filed
Yep.
for bankruptcy. They also wanted to do a quick sale. Warner Brothers was interested. Ubisoft was interested. There's a lot of interested parties, but the court halted the quick sale because something fishy's going on. And there's still details emerging. I wish I could say more than something fishy, but they think that there's some insider trading going on. They think some stuff's going on there. So THQ and all of their games currently are in rough straits.
Mhm.
But yes, THQ will probably not be around this time next year.
Yeah. Yeah, that's THQ's been around for a while.
They have, and recently they've had some rough troubles with games, but they make some fun games. Like Saints Row the Third is probably one of my top picks. That's actually what I reviewed in the last show.
Yeah.
So, and they actually had a game this year I was interested in playing, the South Park game.
That's still coming out, right?
Supposedly,
Let's
we'll
hope so.
we'll see.
Let's hope so.
Activision actually currently owns the license for the 007 games, but then they pulled all the 007 games from the online stores and from Steam.
Mhm.
Nobody
Yeah,
knows
they
why.
Yeah, they just disappeared.
Yep. You were talking about how you had a demo and then
Yeah, I was clearing out my hard drive on my Xbox, just because. I noticed that my GoldenEye demo had no decals or anything. There's no graphics for the game in the menu when I was scrolling through, and I was like, oh, let me just delete it. But yeah, it's just because they just took away all the data for, I guess, like the metadata or whatever associated with the game. Yeah, it's gone. Now I bet I can't download that demo again.
oh,
That sucks.
the remake of GoldenEye wasn't too bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Wasn't as good as the original.
Nah.
Looked a lot better.
It did. Yeah, a lot better.
Why don't you do the Tomb Raider story?
Oh yeah, Tomb Raider is getting multiplayer for the Yeah, I don't think we didn't mention it last.
No, I think they broke that.
Yeah, during our break.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Tomb Raider is gonna get multiplayer mode. I think I have info on in here.
Yeah, it's interesting that they'd actually do that.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a big deal that Tomb Raider is going to be a mature rated game, but now they're adding multiplayer. I mean, I think you would have to. Like, I have a friend at work who he liked the way Tomb Raider looked and everything. He's like, wow, that looks like a game I want to play or like rent, but I don't want to buy it because it's just a single player game. Like normally for these Tomb Raider games, you play through it once and you're done with it.
Right.
But like if you have that multiplayer element added in there, it kind of like extends the longevity of the game.
It did, like Mass Effect.
Like Mass Effect, yeah, I was just about to bring that up. So I mean that's it's a good bonus. And let's see, they obviously have the team deathmatch. They have another mode that's like what is it called? I think it's called Rescue, where you play as you play as Laura's like her friends and stuff. Those are the characters you can use, and you fight against the inhabitants of this island. They're called scavengers. And in the rescue mode, the good guy team is like taking health packs and stuff from aid to different areas of the map, and
Right.
while the scavengers are trying to kill them. Another mode is called what is it? Cry for help. And instead, this put a strong emphasis on discovery and collection. I know tomorrow they're supposed to when the new a magazine's going to come out with a whole bunch of details on the game or on the multiplayer. So I'll know a lot more about it tomorrow. But that's basically the gist of it.
It sounds really interesting.
Yeah,
Like, it sounds like they're really putting their thought into it to make it Tomb Raider-y.
Yeah, and I think it was also developed by. Yeah, it's in here somewhere. Yeah, it's not being developed by Crystal Dynamics. It's being developed by the guys who did Deus Ex Human Revolution. Basically, another IDOS company.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's cool though.
Mhm.
I was interested in Tomb Raider, but I had that it's gonna be one and done.
Yeah, that's what I felt about it when I
Type
first saw or first heard about it. It's like, oh, cool. But yeah, as it went on, I was like, okay, I'm really buying into this now. And then, yeah,
There you go.
I'll try to do it at 100%.
Another game that's getting multiplayer that we talked about is Dead Space 3. They're also getting a demo on January 22nd. That is for Xbox, PlayStation, and PC, so check that out. I believe the demo is going to be the single-player portion, but it's going to be cool to try it out.
It's gonna look good.
This was kind of the big. Well, we'll save this for last because I wanted to kind of talk about this. 30 million copies of Angry Birds. Skipping to our next story, which is obviously about Angry Birds, were sold over the Xmas break. I guess I shouldn't say Xmas. Christmas break. So
That's crazy.
yeah, there's actually a graphic on IGN. I was gonna get it, but I forgot. But it's basically, it did the math, and it equated to 1 out of every 2 new handhelds that were sold, whether they're mobile, iPhone, Android, or Windows.
Yeah.
Angry Birds.
Yeah, that's crazy. Angry Birds is like on fire.
Isn't? I downloaded it, but I had already had it. See, I didn't buy it. I already owned them. So I've been playing that Star Wars one. It's Angry Birds, but it's Star Wars. So I like the Han Solo bird.
What does that one do?
Shoots a blaster.
Nice.
He shoots first.
Nice. Nice.
Madden 11 and other EA 11 games, FIFA 11, NBA 2K11, Baseball 11, Hockey 11.
The servers are going down.
On the 11th.
On the 11th, yeah.
I think they planned it that way.
I think since day one.
Yeah. Another one. PlayStation 2 has finally hit its swan song. It's finally being discontinued in Japan.
After 13 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, a very long time. I remember I was working at Pizza Hut when that came out.
Man, I go for some pizza. War Z, there was a lot of drama with that. We talked about it a little bit, how, they put it out and then pulled it because people were so mad because they false advertised, stuff like that. Well, now they've actually had their trademark suspended because the people that are making the movie World War Z kind of said, yeah, you're not really related to us, so you can't really have that name.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's kind of dire straits for them. And, I don't feel real bad because it was a pretty obvious cash grab. Like, Daisy, which, is the popular mod, which I've showed you and, we've talked about. Warzy was kind of a cash grab at that. They were like, okay, he's making his own game now. We need to get something out before he does.
Yeah.
And, they failed.
Yeah, they did.
I'm not going to pull any punches on that one. Why don't you do this one? Because this one hits a little close to home for me.
Oh, are we going to mention the rest of the details with this?
Mention whatever you want. And then we'll go to our last story.
This is a pretty the dad one. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is a really cool story that your wife showed me about.
It worries me.
A dad hired an in-game hitman to stop his son from playing games.
Multiple, actually.
Yeah, multiple guys. Multiple hitmen. He hired these guys to go in game like PvP servers and like repeatedly like pwn his son because his son like wouldn't get a job and stuff like that, and it just to deter him from playing online games all the time.
Right.
And I mean, it's just a really funny story. We'll link to it in the show notes.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool, and like, I guess it's hit close to home because you've
Apparently, she's planning it because she's looking out there, seeing if it's possible. But I put the kibosh on that because I play on a PvE server. So. The worst thing you can do is annoy me by stealing the things I'm trying to kill.
Now we did some research over the weekend, like how much time you've been playing.
Yeah,
World of Warcraft. You want to tell our viewers out there, our listeners?
a lot. We are on the race to 300 days played over 9 years. So, yeah, I think I'm currently at like 270 something. So
Wow.
across, I think it was 13 or 14 characters, not including any characters below level 10. And I'll be adding to that tonight when we raid. So I'm gonna kind of own this, and I think I'm gonna put the counter up on the website. I think I'm gonna find a counter, put it up on the website, and when we ding 300, I'm gonna delete my third highest.
Your third highest.
My third highest character.
Wow.
I'll record it and delete it. Third highest played character.
Wow.
I don't want to delete the first two because those are generally the two I raid with.
Mm-hmm.
And those other 9 people I raid with would probably be pretty pissed that all that gear went to me and then I'm deleting it.
Yeah.
So the third highest, which currently, if I remember right, would be my Warlock, which I haven't touched.
Okay.
So, but yes, when I hit 300, third highest, because 303, third
Yeah.
highest,
Okay.
delete, and I will post it on YouTube.
Wow. That'd be cool.
Because that'll bring me under 300 again. And then every time I hit 300, I'm not going to delete any other character. I think one's enough.
Nice.
And who knows, maybe by time 400 rolls around, 400 will never roll around. So,
Yeah.
But bring it on, Hitman. I play on Steamwheel Cartel. It's an RP PvE server. So first of all, you have to role play, and then you have to not be able to kill me.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, I play on a roleplay server, but I don't roleplay. It's just I found that server, or roleplay servers in general, have like more mature people. Of course, there is the shady side.
The red light district.
Yes, but it just seems like there's more mature people on RP servers, less 13-year-olds.
Fewer Leroy Jenkins.
We still got those. But most of the time, they do it for fun rather than
okay.
for annoyance. So our last story, and this is kind of going to roll into a discussion topic, but not one I wrote down. Just kind of bonehead moves console developers have made, because I kind of thought of this more and more. Used Wii U consoles let you download the previous owner's games. The basic gist of this is most intelligent companies link your purchases to an account.
Yeah.
Nintendo, in their wisdom, linked it to the serial number of the console. So, you buy a Wii U, download every Super Mario Bros. Game known to man, say, alright, I'm tired of this stupid Wii U, sell it to GameStop. I go buy that Wii U from GameStop, take it home, say, oh, previous purchases. Oh, okay, every Super Mario
Yeah.
and I can download it.
Yeah, download it again, yeah.
That's cool for the user, but it's dumb from a business sense.
Yeah, I read that, and it's just, what's Nintendo thinking?
Yeah, and I had the discussion today with my coworker, and I was like, really, that's something easy they should be able to fix. Just go into like a database and say, link to serial number and change that to link to account number or account ID or however they do it. But then I thought more, and they probably didn't make it that easy either.
Probably not.
So
they probably didn't think anybody would turn in their glorious system. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like Mitt Romney. He didn't write a losing speech.
Yeah.
Anyway, what are some other bonehead console moves that you can think of?
Bonehead console moves.
And it doesn't have to be console; it could be handhelds too.
When the PS3 shipped without rumble feature or force feedback in the controller,
That's a good one.
that was stupid. That was really dumb.
I think the biggest one I can think of would be when when N64 launched its disk drive without any games. You remember that?
I think
They launched the disk drive in Japan, but they didn't launch
I
any
remember.
games with it. And then they were going to launch it in the U.S. and no games had come out. So they put all this money into this hardware, and at the end of its life, it had like 3 games on it.
that thing that the
Another
N64 sat on.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the thing. Yeah, that it sat on top of. I know
Mhm.
what you're talking about now. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I hardly remembered it because.
Yeah, then there was I mean, it's hard because there's so many bonehead moves that they've made, but it's hard to remember them because they're so like obscure. Virtual Boy in
Virtual
itself.
Boy, yeah. I can't think of any other big ones.
Yeah, I think Sony stripping its PlayStation of modding support was a big one. Like how they ripped Linux out of it. 'Cause you used to be able to boot PlayStation 3 from another operating system, and then they ripped it out of there because they were afraid people were using it illegally. When some people were, but people get around that anyway.
Yeah. What do you think about backwards compatibility, like taking that out of like the future system? I mean, most people probably aren't even playing the games.
I go both ways on it, as sexy as that sounds. But I think backwards compatibility with the physical medium can go away, but I think they should find a way that says, if I have this disc, let me download this game.
That would be awesome.
With with internet and the e-stores and all that, it's easily doable.
Mhm.
Because really, you can put a disclaimer on there that says, this wasn't made for this hardware, but it'll run, but it may not run great. So, and people, because a lot of like Halo 5 is pretty much assuredly going to be on the next Xbox.
Mhm.
So what if people want to play, Halo 4? You're missing out on part of the trilogy there.
Yeah.
God of War was the same way. Like God of War is the big one for me because 1 and 2 were on PlayStation 2,
Mhm.
and then 3 was on PlayStation 3. And God of War is very tight stitched. Like
The story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Either way. But we do have an actual discussion topic, and this is going to be a fun start to the year. What are your crazy 2013 game predictions? Like games, consoles, systems, industry, music, whatever, in the gaming
Oh, okay.
sphere.
Bold predictions. I think the Wii U is gonna bomb.
I think that was last year's prediction. But yes,
I think it's gonna bomb.
I think I agree with that.
I think it's gonna be a big turd.
I think I'm going to expand upon that and say the Wii U will probably be Nintendo's last home console. They will stick entirely to
The handhelds.
handhelds.
Wow. That's a lot bolder than what I said.
My next bold statement is we will probably see PlayStation and Xbox by the end of the year.
Yeah.
Whether or not they're in our hands, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I think we will definitely see them.
Yeah. See them what they look. E3 will be very interesting.
Yep.
Yeah.
CES is actually looking interesting. Like they're showing.
Oh
all
yeah,
the
that's
tech
going on
behind
today.
it.
That's going on today,
Mhm.
isn't it? Yeah. Or this week.
Yeah, this week, isn't it?
Yeah.
All the tech and stuff behind that. I also think that crap, my mind just went blank. It had something to do with Microsoft. I think Microsoft will try to launch a handheld console in the next 2 years.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow. That would be. I don't know what I was.
based on Surface technology.
Yeah, I mean, you got Sony's got the Vita, Nintendo's got the Wii U, technically.
Yeah,
Yeah, I could see Microsoft wanting to edge in on that market.
and they keep updating the Xbox app, adding more and more functionality to it. So I think they're slowly testing that out. And like the Xbox app for Windows phones is so much different than the iPad. Like there's a lot more to it. I think we will hear an announcement for a Final Fantasy game. We will never see it.
That won't be.
That's not that bold.
Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, I think Final Fantasy 14, the relaunch of the online game, I think that'll bomb.
That'll definitely bomb. Fantasy Star Online 2, I think that will also bomb.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think World of Warcraft will lose 3 million subscribers this year.
Really?
I think so.
When will we see World of Warcraft 2?
Probably after their next. Oh, that's something we should talk about. Their next MMO, Project Titan, that they're keeping hush hush. I think we'll finally learn what that is this year. I think we'll learn, whether it's a first-person MMO. They said it's an MMO,
Okay.
so we know it's another MMO, and they said it has nothing to do with any of their current IPs.
Okay, so it's completely new.
Well, that was the commodity. Any of their current IPs.
Oh.
So,
Fallout?
could be Fallout. It could be. I was thinking more of the Activision umbrella. What about Call of Duty Online?
Call of Duty Online?
Come on. First person MMOs, they're all the rage right now. Tribes, PlanetSide 2.
Yeah. Wow.
I think if it's not Call of Duty, I think it might be something Bungie related. Because Bungie's owned by Activision now.
That's true.
So, yeah.
Speculating. And by the way, everybody, I mean, I know I said the Wii U would bomb. I still wouldn't mind owning one day, but I just don't really see it getting that far.
I think people got burned with the Wii.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if people are already turning it in, I mean, it's only been out for how long?
I guess about a month or two.
Yeah.
I think the PlayStation 3 will bomb. I think it's a little late for that. Oh well. I think that's enough bold predictions.
Yeah, it's enough bold predictions.
Yeah.
Now for some dangerous hunts.
I think. Wait, I have one more.
Oh.
I think we will see a new Madden game this year.
A Madden 14.
Madden 14, yes.
Yeah, Madden 14. I wonder who's going to be on the cover.
RG3.
Maybe.
I'm calling it. I'm saying RG3. I'm saying RG3 or Luck.
I don't think RG3 could. Well, Calvin Johnson didn't get affected by the Madden curse. He broke the receiving yards record.
Maybe Peterson.
Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a good one. I would vote for him.
I don't know though. RG3, man, that's like all they talk about. Even now, like even though they lost, that's like all they talk about is RG3.
Yeah, and it's a popular vote that decides who's on the cover.
Right.
So, yeah.
Sorry, Whitey. Andrew Luck, you ain't getting it this time. All right. So you're gonna do a preview of Cabela's Dangerous Hunt.
Yeah, let's
Let me get the sound set. And hurry through this.
I heard
we're running out of time.
Oh, yeah, I'll make it quick. I'll wing this one because I'm just gonna wing it anyways. So basically, yeah. Back in the day, I used to play these hunting games for the PC. Back then, you would be like dropped off in like this large map, expansive map, and you'd like hunt deer and stuff like that. And I loved the games where, I mean, in those games you were the hunter. You didn't really have to worry about anything. You just had to worry about where the deer was or whatever you were hunting, where they were. You didn't want them to see you. You always wanted to track them down. But I love the games where the animals were actually fought back. And so this Dangerous Hunt is like basically just like that. You're a hunter. You're out in the wilderness, in the jungle, all these different environments, and you get attacked left and right from like lions, leopards, alligators, I didn't want to talk about this game. I didn't care. But then when I got attacked by a hippo, I was like, oh my god, I need to talk about this game. It's just it's really cool in that respect. You got that when you're hunting, you can slow down your heart rate and zoom in, and it can show the vital organs. Oh, it's showing us right here. You can see the vital organs on whatever you're shooting. A heart shot, takes it down instantly in the lungs, the spine, stuff like that. I mean, it's really cool in that regard. It reminded me a little bit of Sniper Elite V2, another game I really want to play. I was thinking about moving that up in my GameFly queue, just so I can knock it out. I mean, really cool. It has local multiplayer, which is there's been a kind of a decline in that, and I think in a game where you can play together and fight off hordes of monkeys and lions and stuff, it's pretty cool.
Right.
And it also comes with a light gun that can sense your heart rate, and that can affect your visibility, stuff like that, your accuracy and stuff like that. I mean, I thought that was pretty neat. But that's Cabela's Dangerous Hunt 2013. And you said your dad played these games.
I don't know if he's played 2013, but yeah, he does enjoy the Cabela games, and I don't know if he does the Dangerous Hunts. I think he did 2012 Dangerous Hunt. Yeah, so there's your vital shot.
Yeah, there's your vital shot. Boom. Aiming for the heart.
Critical vital shot.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, the game does look pretty good. So, overall, might be something worth checking out.
Yeah, just for fun, for kicks and stuff.
Maybe if you GameFly it.
Yeah, I might
have to try it out.
Yeah, that's something that'd be definitely at least check it out. It's something different. I mean, you're always, in all these first-person shooter games, you're always just killing other people.
Whatever.
You know.
It's time to kill some animals.
Yeah, it's time to kill animals. We need to be more desensitized towards animals. That means you, Kratos.
This is the cat of war. He cannot be killed. He saw that deer and came right over it.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, like I said, we are kind of pushing the time. We're already at 50 minutes, and you did go through that really quick.
Yeah.
So, now I can talk for the rest of the show. No. Since I've already talked about Assassin's Creed pretty much when I did the lengthy preview, I'm going to play the video, I'm going to do the review, but it's going to be, I'm going to skip a lot of the stuff I said before and basically just do, completely my opinion. So, Assassin's Creed 3, fifth game in the series, no, sixth game in the series, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth game in the series, whatever. But third in the core franchise, you play as Connor. He is half British, half Native American. I guess that's enough backstory. A lot of people have given Assassin's Creed 3 a lot of flack. Like they named it like the most disappointing game of 2012. I don't necessarily agree with that. Although I haven't played a lot of the other games that were on the list, so maybe. But it's Assassin's Creed. I mean, if you played 2 or 3, or yeah, if you played 2 or 3, you definitely know how 3 plays. But if you played 1 or 2, you know how Assassin's Creed goes. Pretty much you're here for the story, whether you're interested in the old time, like the American Revolution side of the story, or keeping up with Desmond. That's really what's going to keep you hooked, and that it kept me hooked. Like the Revolution setting was amazing. All the characters are, I feel like I'm fighting with George Washington. I feel like I'm fighting with Sam Adams. Like it is well done. All the characters come to life. The story twists are perfect. Like they keep you guessing, so you don't quite know what's going to happen. And of course, the setting is 100% authentic. I mean, you see the red coats and stuff like that, pushing people around. Like one of the side missions is like tax collectors. You actually participate in the Boston Tea Party. It's a little bloodier than I think what the history books say it was, but they got to make the game a game.
Yeah.
So
they got to make us desensitized.
Right. The gameplay and control side of it, like the actual technical side of it, is tight. The free running is good. It's a little weird in the trees sometimes, but they did a pretty good job of laying out paths for you and stuff. So that is, this is their fifth or sixth game, whatever they are on now. So they kind of know what they're doing. Graphics are good. Character models look good. I didn't notice really any major bugs, except for occasional character animations were a little weird. You're being hunted.
I'm being hunted.
But yeah, other than that, I have no complaints about the graphics side of it. Side missions were really fun in this game. I particularly really liked the naval missions. Every time I did them, I was singing the Pirates of the Caribbean theme. So, and like I said, the story twists are good.
Game looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean the combat is Assassin's Creed.
Mm-hmm.
They've taken what you've done before and refined it. Connor is very brutal. He is a lot more brutal than Ezio and Altair.
Can you scalp anybody?
Pretty much.
Awesome.
You don't actually go through it, but you pretty much off with their head.
Nice.
So there are varying weapons that you can choose from. My personal favorite is the Scorpion Dart. I call it that because that's pretty much what it is. It's pretty much Scorpion's dart where he throws it out and you can latch somebody. And if you're on top of a tree, you can actually hang them with it. So pretty brutal.
I like it. This is what I like doing in Assassin's Creed. Just going through and just terrorizing the bad guys.
Well, see, in this mission is actually funny because the guy you're following, Stefan, is pissed because he wouldn't pay his taxes because he didn't think he had to pay them because they were so high. So what the British came in and did was they came in and robbed him. So now he's pissed. He's walking through the streets and he's basically just picking fights. At certain points you'll see like a crowd rally around him and stuff like that, and it culminates in that. But your point in this mission is basically to keep him from getting killed, because he is picking on the guards and stuff. So you'll notice like Connor picking off the guards. Whoever's playing this knows what he's doing. Now it'll cut to a cutscene because I think you reached the end of the mission. But they're cool missions like that. So the not so good, the tutorial, which is what people kind of bash it on. Basically, the first 8 hours of the game is tutorial, and that's a liberal assumption. I mean, you can get through it in 4 or 5, but most people will take 8 if you actually sit there and watch it and go through that. So that's a bit long, especially for the third instance of a game.
Yeah.
There are some new stuff, but mostly it's the same. The story during that tutorial is good, but you don't play as Connor. You actually play as his dad. And that's not really a spoiler because they kind of tell you that up front. You'll get to see. Another cool thing in this one is you can actually send people to assassinate targets for you. Of course, he doesn't do it very cleanly, but that's actually the second target. And this is actually technically still part of the tutorial, because this is where you finally learn how to pick up other assassins and recruit them, and he's the first one you recruit. But this is pretty much the end of the tutorial. That kind of brings up my other bad point is sometimes you don't really feel like an assassin in this game, more like a brawler. For an Assassin's Creed game, I was a little disappointed in that. So I had to knock some points off for that. And the final part is, I still really don't care about Desmond. Like he's the link through all this. He's the modern day guy. And they force you at certain points to play as him to go through some modern day stuff. And it's
you just don't care?
I just don't. Yeah. Nothing they've done has really sold me on Desmond's story. Like, what hooked me in this was obviously the American Revolution stuff. The other thing I'm looking forward to in this game is the upcoming King Washington DLC, where it's kind of alternate history. So I might do a quick review of that later. And he probably should have got a perfect 200 out of 200.
Wow.
So, that is Assassin's Creed 3. 5.
Is it the last one? Do you think?
It is the last one with Desmond, I'm pretty sure. Unless
Okay.
they do like another like 3.5.
Okay.
But I think Desmond's done.
Okay.
I doubt it's going to be the last Assassin's Creed. They're
They're too popular.
right.
And then you do American Civil War with Leroy
Leroy.
instead of Desmond.
Leroy.
Mm-hmm. Leroy.
Yeah. They're good games. Like I've really enjoyed all of them, and they've expanded upon them. Sometimes in not good directions, but they've kind of reeled that back in with 3.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 right now, just because it is a little slow, and the modern day stuff really wasn't that interesting. You know, when I was playing Connor, I was enjoying it, but Connor's kind of a douche, so. Venue for Let's Play Con.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna rename it.
Oh yeah, we never came up with a name.
Well, we'll think of a name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're also thinking about having a convention. It's very early.
Yeah.
Uh,
Very
Funds are very much
yeah.
an issue.
Yeah, we don't got money for that.
Yeah. So.
And by the way, everybody, there's a new chicken sandwich at Burger King called the Philly chicken sandwich. Don't eat it. Don't eat it. It's not worth it.
It's disappointing.
It's very disappointing. It's basically just a regular chicken sandwich with some cheese on it. Original chicken sandwich. Just order an original chicken sandwich. Save yourself some money. You know, it wasn't worth it.
I'm going to Subway.
And eat fresh.
Eat fresh.
Because RG3 told me to.
They beat my team. So this week, since there's no Monday Night Football, you want to do predictions for the 4 football games?
Oh. Sure.
All right, what's your pick?
Okay.
Well, we'll go game by game. San Francisco, Green Bay.
I might have to go with San Fran there.
You realize she has a sword next to my desk,
I
right?
know. I know.
I'm going with Green Bay because I think San Francisco is going to have the same problem Green Bay did last year with that bye week. I think Kaepernick's going to be rusty, and
It's at San Francisco too, right?
yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna change mine. You know what? Because I want
You're
I
so
want
fickle.
I want the Ravens. I want there to be a Ravens Packers Super Bowl. That would be tough.
I'll hide the weapons. All right, so Denver Ravens. We know you're going for the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for the Ravens. Don't disappoint me.
Patriots and
And the Texans?
Texans.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, the Patriots are obviously favored. I want the Patriots to win because I want a rematch for last year's AFC Championship. The one where we won, but then the ball got knocked out at the end. It should have been a 27-23 victory.
I'm gonna pick the Texans as the long shot because I think they want to prove something by how bad they got beat earlier in the season.
That's true. They did lose really badly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the long shot and say the Texans. Finally, Atlanta, Seattle. I'm going Atlanta.
I'm gonna go with Seattle.
Oh. You're not popular with Nikki tonight.
Because I want there to be there should be a Green Bay Seattle rematch
I could
for
see
the
that.
NFC Championship. I mean, think of the drama.
You know that Green Bay would stomp them at that point.
Well,
they are
should.
not the team that they were earlier.
Well, they should.
True.
Yeah.
They shouldn't even be there.
Think of the drama. I mean, because the NFL stage, anyways. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what they'll do. Ravens Patriots rematch, and a Green Bay Seahawks rematch after that Fail Mary. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's our picks. I'll put them at the bottom of the post.
Yeah. Well, we'll see how that goes.
Because we actually ended the season at 1-1.
Yeah, we did.
Because we only started Mondays near the end of the season, so we ended 1-1. So we will see how the playoffs go.
Yeah.
Other than that, that's going to do it for us tonight. Dead on an hour. We killed that last 5 minutes like pros.
Yeah.
So, is all the info still in the outro? Because we have a new outro. So
it's all the same.
Okay.
It's all the same. It just looks a little different.
Okay. So all the info is in the outro. Game on.
Game on.
New line.
Gamers Digest is a Spider One and Mr. Factastic production. All characters and games are owned by their respective companies and are used under the Fair Use Law. Check out Gamers Digest at gamersdigest.me, on YouTube under Gamers Digest Podcast, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter at The Gamers Digest. Viewer questions and comments can always be sent to gamersdigestpodcast@gmail.com. See you next week.